So, what could have happened to the Celtics in this game 7? I mean, I guess the only thing we can really do is just talk about it. So, just roll the lit intro.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice.
Well, there you have it, guys. The Cavs win the 2018 Eastern Conference title. LeBron's going to his 8th straight finals. And yet another conference finals season ending for the Celtics. Yo, but like, hats off to LeBron though. Like, this man's doing it all for his team. I mean, could you just imagine if LeBron's not on the Cleveland Cavaliers? Like, where would the Cavs be at this point? Like, would they even have made it to the playoffs? Probably not. You just got to take your hat off to King James, man. He, like, the whole GOAT debate, like, we could debate all that later, but just right now, what he's doing in these playoffs for his team, it's just like something unheard of, like something I don't even know if we'll ever see again. Because like Kevin Love being out, and just the inconsistency of like the role players of everyone else on the team that's not Kevin Love. Man, it's been pretty tough for LeBron, and he was able to do it once again, pull it out just like he did in 07, drag a team with, besides Kevin Love, no all-stars to the finals. You got to give it off to the Celtics, man. You lose Kyrie, you lose Gordon Hayward, your 2 all-stars. Like, that's tough. Like, for any other, like, usually for any team, it's tough when you lose 2 all-stars, like your 2 main guys. But for the Celtics, this team just has a lot of fight and heart in them, and I can respect that. But especially once Kyrie went down, I even said it in my predictions, like, I wouldn't have the Celtics making it past the first round. Like back when they were playing the Bucks, like, I didn't even think they could make it past them. The fact that they made it all the way this far, 1 game short of the NBA Finals, is like, the Celtics have nothing to be disappointed or sad about. Like, you guys were literally 48 minutes away from the finals, and technically 2 minutes, because that Game 7 was just close. But if you look at the way the series went, like, usually it went the home team won every game. Like, the Celtics were able to win the first 2 at home. The Cavaliers defended their home court. Series was tied 2-2. Celtics went back home, won Game 5. And then you had the Cavs win Game 6, which brought us to this Game 7. And since it's been that way, you'd think the Celtics would be the favorites in Game 7. And I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I honestly was with that hype that the Celtics would be the ones to end LeBron's final streak. Like, I really thought the Celtics would win Game 7 just because LeBron's supporting cast was nowhere to be found, like, on the road in this series or most of the playoffs in general. But, like, going into this game, I knew for Boston's side, like, Terry Rozier, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, all 3 of them, and Al Horford too, 4 of them, we're going to have good games. And if the Cavs are going to win, LeBron was going to have a few guys step up, and whichever one of the 2 happened is who would have won this Game 7. And clearly LeBron showed up. Jeff Green, like, he had a pretty good game. And plus, you already knew what LeBron was going to do, so if you put all those things together, yeah, Cleveland was going to win this game. But what happened to the Celtics is what I'm here to talk about. And what happened to the Celtics is they're young. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I love LeBron, I love the Warriors, but, you know, 3 years is enough. Like, I was part of that hype train that's, like, tired of seeing the Cavs and Warriors, like, you know, switch up the finals, make it a little bit more interesting. But, you know, like, regardless, I'm gonna be watching the finals and I'm gonna be into it regardless of who's in it. But, you know, it would have been cool to, like, see Boston just, like, be the team that takes LeBron out, like, or, like, we still don't know yet if Houston, as of this recording, we don't know yet if Houston's going to beat Golden State or not, but that's a whole different subject. But the Celtics, man, like, they're just young. I mean, it was like the lights were on them, tight, their backs were against the wall, just a pretty tough situation overall. And this is like where you would have needed like your Kyrie Irving or a Gordon Hayward, 2 dudes that are proven, like, to be clutch, if you want to say. And since neither one was there, like, these guys were forced to do it all on their own. And hats off to Jason Tatum. Like, this guy, like, when I watch Jason Tatum play, like, especially in this Game 7, like, not once did it ever cross my mind that this guy's only a rookie and that he's only 20 years old. Like, That's just nuts. Even outside of LeBron, like, you don't see many 20 or younger, like 20 years or younger around that age, like just come in and like drag their team to the Eastern Conference Finals, along with Jaylen Brown, who's not even that much older, I think, and Terry Rozier, who just like, to me, Terry Rozier was just like a decent backup, but since Kyrie went down, like, man, like Terry Rozier's really stepped it up. Like, I really think he's a starting point guard caliber type of player. Like a lot of these Celtics guys prove themselves, and you can only respect it. Like that's cool to see. But guys, like I said, the Celtics, like, their age just caught up to them. Like, they're extremely young. They just, like, I know Jason Tatum committed a few silly fouls, and like Jaylen Brown's shot wasn't falling. I don't know if it was because of the pressure or like it just wasn't falling, but neither for Terry Rozier. And you know, I mean, especially knowing how young your team is and like how everyone had you counted out and everything, like, you can't be mad or sad or like just have your head down about it, because that's great. Like, if you ask me, I think the Celtics had an A+ season for sure, especially without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. And don't even get me started of next season when you have both those dudes in uniform along with what you have now. Like man, like, next year's Eastern Conference, like, whatever happens in the offseason, if LeBron somehow stays in with the Cavaliers, which I don't think he would, but if he did for some reason, like, man, he would not be the favorite at all to come out of it. It would actually be the Celtics, like, over the Sixers or your Raptors, all these good Eastern Conference teams. Like, the Celtics are in position right now to, like, own the Eastern Conference, just how LeBron's been owning it this whole decade, this whole 2010. Shout out to the Celtics, Danny Ainge, man. You guys are geniuses over there. You guys stocked up draft picks. You traded the #1 pick for the #3 pick, which ended up being Jason Tatum. Like, I was questioning that for a minute. Like, I know you traded down and you got another draft pick, but I was like, you're going to pass up on Markelle Fultz, and man, was I wrong. Like, this is why I don't question NBA GMs, you know. I do question some of them, but some of them, I just shouldn't do it at all, because, you know, they're GMs for a reason. They know what they're doing. But I mean, I'm definitely enjoying LeBron's greatness right now. Like, it's crazy what he's doing, carrying his team to the finals, sort of like he did in 07. Like, it was cool, though, to see a couple of the Cavs step up, but they got to do it consistently if they want to even make it a series in the finals, because the Eastern Conference Finals to the NBA Finals is going to be a whole other monster, man. Like, Boston's good, and they're going to be good for, like, the next 10 years if they can keep this core together, 10+ years. But the team coming out of the West, Golden State or Houston, like, that's a whole other dog right now at this moment. And the role players, like, LeBron's role players not showing up, like, they're not going to be able to get away with that at all whatsoever. So, Cavs role players, y'all got to step it up, and big time, because you're going to learn real quick in the finals that if you leave LeBron to do all the work by himself, like, this will be a 4-game finals for sure, no matter who comes out of the West. But, like, I'm even more excited for the future now. Like, as a Heat fan, like, it's like I'm a little jealous of the Celtics because of what they've done, but also, like, they're an Eastern Conference rival. Like, I'm gonna hate them through most of it, but, like, I'm excited to see what this Celtics team's potential is. Like, with the healthy Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, it's gonna be fun competing against them. If the way things are looking, this might be their conference, unless the Heat can do something about it. But that's a whole other discussion too. But Celtics fans, y'all are great. Like, you have nothing to be ashamed about. Keep your head up, because next season is the Celtics season for sure. No questions asked, unless someone does something, you know, like the Heat or something. But that's just making me look even more forward to the finals, guys. And I'll have predictions on who, after the Western Conference Finals, I'll make my NBA Finals predictions. So you guys should stay tuned for that. If you guys are new here, you guys should definitely consider subscribing, because, you know, it'd mean the world to this guy. Leave a like, you know, comment when you guys thought about this series, like, or who you think's coming out of the Western Conference, because honestly at this point I'm having Golden State coming out of the West, guys. Just, I can't bet against them, and not sure if Chris Paul's gonna be playing for Game 7, but let me know what you guys think. Remember to leave a like and to subscribe, because that'd mean the world to me. Show some love, I'll show some love back, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't